Today I'm breaking down some of the most chic street style outfits for the season and how you can recreate them using items you already own. This is high fashion made very wearable and very doable. Let's get into it. All the outfit inspiration for today's video is from Harper's Bazaar, the editorialist, and Vogue magazine. For the first look, I grabbed it from Harper's Bazaar. The article is called How to Style Cigarette Jeans Like a 90s It Girl. That totally grabbed my attention, and I could have easily recreated all of these looks. But I just went for one, and it's totally like a model off-duty type of look. This first look is called the black and brown combo, and I think it's such a good example of how such really minimal, basic pieces can just look really posh. They started off with this gray turtleneck, and in something called brown and black combo, I thought that the gray was such an unusual option to throw into the mix. But being that it's a turtleneck, it just feels really minimal, very clean. Over on top of that, they put the brown suede bomber. But I love that the suede is adding a lot of warmth and texture to the gray, which is really cool and crisp. And so far, the upper half just feels very clean and polished with that turtleneck, but then also relaxed but put together with that suede bomber, because the bomber just feels really laid back. And on the bottom, they have a mid-wash straight leg jean, which of course is the quintessential 90s type of jean. And I find the blue denim, it kind of just ties in the gray and the brown and the black accents. It is just kind of an anchor. Denim doesn't feel to me like a color that competes with anything else. It's just kind of a background color, maybe kind of like black and white. It's just there, and pretty much anything and everything just goes with it. In this case, they're just throwing the black onto the outfit in a very minimal way with just the square toe boots and the leather belt accent. I think they're great grounding accents, a nice darker tone to play against the suede jacket. But again, I probably would have called this gray and brown instead of black and brown, just because to me, I think that the two standout pieces are the upper half in this case. Overall, this is a really easy one to start off with. These are basic items that we pretty much all have in our closet. Maybe you don't have a gray turtleneck, but you certainly have a brown or a navy or a burgundy, even a black or a white one. And if you don't have a suede bomber, maybe you have a different type of bomber or something that has a similar shape to that. My base is a fitted gray turtleneck, and this one is cashmere, feels very elevated. The jeans are a slim straight that I picked up last spring, but I'm reaching for them more and more now for some reason. I find them very flattering, a nice departure from the wide leg silhouette I've been loving for the last couple of years. I love this belt, and it's perfect when you don't want any metal hardware interfering with such a minimal look. Oh, I know why I'm loving these jeans so much, because they go so well with ankle booties. It's that model off-duty look coming to life. I have the perfect bomber for this look. Although it's not suede, the boxy shape gives this otherwise very fitted silhouette some sort of visual interest. I could have gone for my new dark chocolate RSVP bag here, but it looked too big and felt a little too slouchy on slouchy with a bomber. So a structured bag worked better in this case. This is an easy to execute, effortless off-duty vibe for that casual office day, running out for coffee, or an easygoing date night. Before we jump into the next look, I wanted to share some items with you that I've been reaching for constantly. I recently discovered this brand on Amazon. It's called G4Free, and I've been wearing their items from Pilates to my morning walks to running errands and to my elevated work from home days. And if you enjoy elevated athleisure, I think you're gonna love these pieces. In this first look, I'm wearing the Bare Feel cropped zip-up jacket, and the name Bare Feel makes total sense. This fabric is buttery soft, stretchy, and feels like second skin. It's designed for light workout or daily wear, and I love that waist length because it creates such a clean, sculpted silhouette. The back has the streamlined panel that visually shapes the waist, and the thumb holes are my favorite part. They help keep the sleeves in place while I'm walking or stretching. It also has real functional pockets, deep enough for your keys when you're running out the door, and you can see just how well the fabric moves with your body. For the pants, I'm wearing the G4Free high-waisted wide leg pants. These were a pleasant surprise because they feel like yoga pants, but they also look like a casual trouser. The fabric is soft, moisture wicking, but has just enough drape to look polished if you wanted to dress them up. You can easily wear these to your Pilates class and then meet a friend for coffee. You get two huge front pockets. They're big enough to fit an iPhone, but smooth enough not to cause any bulk. With the wide waistband and faux fly, they look really structured, but insanely comfortable. I love that G4Free offers multiple inseams. I'm wearing the regular, but they come in petite and tall as well. So definitely check your measurement before ordering. They're perfect for yoga, running errands, casual office days, or lounging at home. And underneath everything, I'm wearing the Bear-Free built-in bra tank. This is one of my favorites. I especially love that it's on the longer side to help conceal the tummy. It's buttery soft, breathable, with a double layer shelf bra design and removable pads. It gives me enough support for Pilates, a light workout, a morning stretch. The scoop neck is so flattering, and you can't even tell this is active wear. I can wear this with jeans and a blazer, and I have a ready-to-go outfit. Next up are the Bearfeel High Stretch Wide Leg Pants. These are as soft, if not softer, than the ones before. They have that barely there feel, but still offer great shape and stretch thanks to that Lycra blend. Again, 2 side pockets, big enough for your phone, plus compartments for keys, which I love for my walks. These have a high waist, which I find super comfortable. I have these in the tall, and you can see the side-to-side comparison to the regular. I'm 5'7" for reference. On top, I'm wearing G4Free's polo sweatshirt. This fabric is incredibly silky with that peach fuzz softness, and that mid-weight drape makes it look a little more elevated than a basic sweatshirt. It's 4-way stretch, abrasion resistant, and really comfortable. The polo neckline makes it feel less like a sweatshirt and more like a top. Wear this on your morning commute, school drop-offs, or those casual days where you still want to look put together. All my G4Free favorites are linked in the description box below, along with my sizing, and I'd safely say that everything is true to size. G4Free's Black Friday sale is 30% off site-wide, so check them out on Amazon and take advantage of this discount before it's gone. This next outfit is a great example of how you can build a chic winter outfit with simple pieces and then one standout piece. And as I always like to say, you keep that balance between the simplicity and the star of the show. Let's start with the basics first. A long sleeve black sweater, crew neck, and it seems a little boxy. She's got it kind of covering her arms a little bit. So it definitely has a little bit of an oversized feel to it, but it's really minimal and, you know, just super easy. Underneath, she just has the tiniest little peak of a white t-shirt at the neckline, which I love. I love layering a white tee under a sweater. I just love that little look. It feels very intentional. It's a great layering technique. You add warmth, but you also add a little detail, and you add a little brightness at your face, especially with the black here. I mean, maybe I should have done that myself today. And then, of course, is the hero piece of this outfit, and it's that fawn print skirt. Now, I'm not sure I've ever seen a fawn print skirt. In fact, I had to double take it and kind of think in my head what animal that belongs to. But I think it's a great departure from the usual leopard and zebra and snake print that we've been seeing through this season. And I kind of wish that would be the new trend that's coming out, because it's absolutely stunning. It's giving personality, and it's also not really overwhelming the outfit, especially with that black sweater. It kind of just, I mean, the sweater, it's not like draining the outfit, but it's kind of just grounding it, I guess, and just neutralizing the skirt a little bit. I mean, I also love that the skirt is a pencil style, and then she has these black pointed boots that are the finishing touch. And I love that look together with the sleek skirt and the sleek boots. I mean, I think if she had gone with like a chunkier boot with this look, I mean, it probably would have transformed the whole thing. I mean, yes, there's just a little bit of bulk from the sweater, but overall it just looks really sleek and polished. And then again, everything else is minimal. The bag, the sunglasses, there's not any extravagant jewelry going on here. It's all about that skirt. And I think it's a perfect example of how to wear something really bold and striking and make it feel really effortless. Starting this look with a boxy tee and a slip skirt. I do have a leopard pencil skirt, but I'm using it in another look, and I didn't want to repeat myself. Plus, I feel like most of you out there are more likely to have a slip skirt versus a pencil skirt in your closet, so I wanted to show you how you can think outside the box for these types of recreations. I think a fawn skirt is a very rare find, so go for an animal print, floral pattern, or just a bold color, something that will be a standout piece in your outfit. I regret choosing such a boxy tee, however, it's not going to matter much in the end. You can opt for a more fitted one if you prefer. I don't have a black crew neck sweater, so this V-neck cashmere sweater will have to do. However, I could have easily reversed this. Why do I think of these styling ideas after the fact? Oh well, this still works fine. Since this slip skirt will show every lump and bump, I don't want to tuck this heavy fabric into it. You can try a corner tuck to keep the bulk at a minimum, or try tucking it under your bra. Something was feeling off about this look, and and keeping the inspo picture in mind, I think this skirt length was far too long. So I hiked the skirt up above my chest, I grabbed a belt, it doesn't matter which one because it's not going to show, and this acts as a simple security to keep the skirt in place and also gives me something to tuck the sweater up underneath to give me that tucked in look. This is much better. Let's add a pretty earring and these black knee-high boots. I'm so glad I shortened the skirt. It really helped capture the essence of this outfit, even though the skirt wasn't identical in the pattern or the silhouette. I think this is still very wearable and very chic. This next look is a great way of how to layer for winter. It feels very modern and really effortless. This is probably one of my favorite looks. Actually, I say that and I'm thinking of all the other looks in this video, and I don't know, I'm really loving all of them. I think I made some good selections this time. She starts with this gray knit. I mean, I think it's kind of like a oversized t-shirt more or less. It's really boxy. The sleeves look really chunky and poofy, and then she added this gray scarf, which is pretty much the same exact color on the neckline. That's really one of the key items that drew me to this look. And then underneath that, you can see that beautiful little lace detail peeking out from underneath. It's a little bit of an asymmetrical angle, and I just think, you know, that's probably one of my favorite trends of the season is the lace detail, and every time I see lace outfits I just get so excited. So again, that was probably another really big selling point for this. And then she has the wide leg jeans, which is also really quite slouchy, so you have the slouchy on top and the bottom, but then she's done a little bit of cinching and something over on the waistline so that it doesn't feel like it's swallowing her up whole. And I just love the effortless vibe. I mean, obviously a lot of work was put into preparing this outfit and situating it in just the right way so that it drapes and hangs right, but it just looks like she kind of just rolled out of bed and looked like that, you know? Then she also has I'm pretty sure that's a fringe necklace, also in like the same color. Then she has the Prada East-West bag, which just adds like some rich texture to the outfit, almost patent leather looking bag, but it's just a bold color against her really light gray outfit. And I think this was probably one of the fall transitional looks because she's got an open toe sandal, but we can make that seem a little more winter appropriate. Yeah, I really loved the look of this one and I'm excited to give this one a try. Hands down, lace is probably my favorite trend of the season, next to argyle. I'm using this lace mini dress as a top, and let's give it a little side tuck here to try to achieve that diagonal asymmetrical look from the inspo. I don't have a poofy sleeve t-shirt, but this one is in a matching color and has those shoulder pads, so I hope it gives me the extra volume I'm looking for. Not gonna lie, it took me well over a minute to manipulate this just right. I know these mesh flats will probably result in cold feet, but it's not freezing temperatures out there just yet, so I think I'll survive, but a bootie or even a sneaker would look great here. I will, however, add another layer because the sleeveless is just a little too bare for me in these temperatures. I'm glad this cardigan is cropped and I left the lower buttons open so as not to cover up all that hard work I just did. Here's another challenge, getting this scarf to look just right. I don't have a solid color, but these tones of the scarf accent this outfit really well. Reminder that I need to watch some YouTube videos on how to properly tie a scarf because I'm just throwing it on here and trying to make it work. However, I think it turned out okay. This slouchy suede bag nicely matches the vibe of this outfit. This was definitely a high maintenance outfit to get a very effortless look, but I think it was well worth it. This was a fun one. Let me know what you think of it. We're halfway through this video, so please take a quick second and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet already. YouTube is telling me that over 80% of you are watching on a regular basis and are not subscribed. 80%! I mean, that would make such a huge impact on this channel if the 80% of you that are watching on a regular basis can please hit that subscribe button. It's free and easy and it's nothing on your part, but it means so much to us. So please take a quick second and hit that subscribe button. I also also offer a free newsletter that goes out the first of every month, so make sure you're signed up below because the first of the month is coming up very soon and I don't want you to miss it. I've also filmed 2 more outfits for this video, but they're going to be part of the exclusive content that you can find on my membership channel. The only way you can see that content is by joining the membership. It's exclusive to the members at $3.99 a month, less than a cup of coffee, but it's a wonderful way to support the channel and helps me continue to be able to make content for you. Any way you choose to support the channel, I appreciate each and every one of you for spending even just a few minutes with me every day. Thank you for being here. This one is a super fun one, and I just had to go for this picture because I thought she looked adorable. I'm hoping I can pull this off like she does, but she looks gorgeous. And of course, she's got the argyle, and that's another trend I'm all about this season. Had to give another argyle outfit a try. Starting off with that argyle sweater, it's a V-neck. It's got gorgeous camel and gray and navy in it. It looks rather fitted. She's also, I don't know if it's cropped or she's just kind of got it tucked underneath, but it's showing her waistline and revealing this adorable mini skirt. Maybe it's a skirt, not sure, but it's a pleated gray skirt. It is barely covering her, but I think it's so darling, and she is wearing it perfectly. I love it with this hoodie, which is probably a Miu Miu hoodie. I think I can see the little logo here on the side. So this was probably a Miu Miu outfit going to the show, most likely. But the hoodie, of course, is so casual. I'm sure it cost a small fortune, but it's just a basic hoodie. And whereas she looks like a preppy schoolgirl underneath, then she's got this hoodie, which just makes it look very street style appropriate. It's just really cool. And then of course the bag, I'm sure, is a little Miu Miu bag as well. And then she's bare-legged. I'm sure it was like mid-September, really mild weather, and probably perfectly appropriate for that. And she finished off the look with some cute little slingback shoes. Overall, I love how she took such a casual piece like a hooded sweatshirt and paired it with these polished pieces like the preppy argyle sweater and the very academic pleated skirt. And then you've got the heels. I mean, I think she is rocking it. She looks really happy in it. I'm totally feeling her energy through that picture and I'm loving it. That's why I wanted to try this one. 'Tis the season for tights, so I'm adding them first. I pulled the red off the sweater pattern and thought it would be a striking pop of color. I also added a t-shirt for a little more warmth and the crisp white peak at the neckline. I did the slightest tuck just to crop the sweater ever so slightly. I matched the shoes to the tights, although I didn't realize how red these tights were in comparison to these burgundy slingbacks. But I think it still works. I just wanted it to blend and flow more or less so that there's a long uninterrupted line on my leg to help elongate further. I don't own an oversized zip hoodie suitable for this look, so I opted for this barn jacket instead. It gives me the volume and still looks casual but chic. And it's also a little bit of a contrast to the preppy argyle. With a black bag to finish the look, I really like how this turned out. I do wish the jacket was a little longer or the skirt was a little shorter, because I do prefer for the skirt and the jacket to finish at the same length, or for the jacket to be a little longer than the skirt. But other than that, I think this outfit turned out great. It really made me smile, and I feel like I captured the essence of the beautiful woman in the photo. This next look is ripped from the runways, literally from Victoria Beckham, and it was in an article on Bazaar about how to wear olive green. And this one, of course, you can see striking combination of olive and burgundy. But even more so than that, I really loved the shapes of this outfit, the silhouette. It was just really striking to me above and beyond the colors. That top, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a top. I think it's a leather top, not really a jacket, but I could be completely wrong about that. It might be a jacket. Let's just call it a leather top. I love that funnel neck detail, the big broad shoulders and the poofy sleeves. Then she's got them zhuzhed up here and it's got the tightness and the poofiness. I think that looks so modern and chic. I wouldn't wear a puffy sleeved blouse per se, but in leather like this, it just looks really cool. And then, of course, it's a little loose here, and then it's just cinched in at the waist. It's just striking silhouette. I love it so much. And then, of course, the trousers, pleated, flowy, loose, very relaxed, very long. Looks like the waist has been turned over to reveal a white waistband. And it's posh. It's totally Victoria Beckham. very posh. This is definitely dramatic, very sculptural. Not quite sure I can actually attain this look, but we can certainly have fun playing with the burgundy and the olive. Despite this being a simple fitted cashmere turtleneck without the volume and the shape of the VB leather top, this color is so rich, I think it's so striking on its own. And it's further elevated when combined with these pleated front wide leg trousers. This color combo is surely one of my most favorites of this season. There's not much more you need because this color combo alone is bringing on that style factor. I added a white belt here to mimic the turn down waistband from the inspo photo, and I really like how it divides the colors and offers a gentle transition at the same time. When I go for a strong color block like this, I prefer to keep the colors connected to each other rather than bookending them. Therefore, I went with my olive booties to match the trousers. I know these trousers are way too short for these heels, but hopefully you can see that this olive on olive color match is visually more appealing when compared to the burgundy flats. The burgundy flats still work for this look, however, can you see how it feels a little more try-hard and a little too matchy-matchy in comparison to the olive and olive pant shoe combination? Since my upper half is burgundy, I matched the bag to keep it cohesive. Let's ignore the pant length. Do you prefer to match the pant color or oppose it? This really depends on the colors in question and your personal taste. Just as a bonus, I wanted to try this look with the colors reversed. Since this sweater is thin, I tucked it up under my bra to show the waistline, and I added a white belt again to define the waist and further split up the colors. It's not necessary, but I really liked it in the first look, so I did it again here. To finish, I matched the shoes to the skirt and the bag to my top. This creates a color-blocked look that feels more effortless versus bookending or sandwiching the colors in this case. This next look is also gray and brown, but done with totally different types of silhouettes. First up, we've got this gray double-breasted blazer, oversized, structured. It's really, really boxy. It feels very menswear. And of course, she's going with brown jeans here because that was the name of the article, How to Style Brown Jeans for the Fall Season. This combination of the gray and brown, I really, really love it. I'm really warming up to it, and I just think it has such a modern feel to it. She has a little bit of black peeking through here. I guess it's just a sweater or a t-shirt. I think it's almost rather insignificant in the look of this outfit, especially with the jacket closed. The jeans are long, they're puddling on the ground a little bit, they're very relaxed, so she does have a very slouchy, oversized silhouette about herself, but it still looks really put together. It doesn't read as sloppy to me, but maybe it's just the way I like to look at it. You might think it definitely looks sloppy. It's all just a matter of preference, I guess. The only thing that drew my attention in a negative way about this outfit was the shoes, which I have to call out. They look to be like those tabbies, which have that slit up between the toe, and they're very hoof-like. I know I say never when it comes to fashion, but I will never be caught dead or alive in those for sure. They're definitely not anything that I find to be attractive, feminine, just totally not my style. So you definitely won't see me repeating that. The main reason that this outfit drew my attention is because I like the gray and the brown. I like the silhouettes here. I've said this on my channel before, but I don't always feel the necessity to have a proportional outfit, or I like to play with silhouettes, and sometimes I like it to be all relaxed, and maybe sometimes I like it to be all fitted. I don't necessarily have to have a fitted with a relaxed and vice versa. It doesn't always have to be that way. So I did like that this was all rather large and a relaxed silhouette. So let's play on that and see if we can make it look chic. Although I do have brown wide leg jeans that would be perfect for this look, I just got these corduroy flares and I could not resist using them in this look. The silhouette is not the same, and I know I just gave this whole spiel on proportions, but again, I could not resist. The corduroy adds texture and shape to an otherwise very bland inspo outfit. I opted for a gray knit instead of a black one just because I'm really enjoying this brown-gray combination, and I felt the black t-shirt underneath brought nothing to this outfit. More texture is added with those those croc embossed booties, a nice departure and a feminine touch as opposed to those tabbies. I think my new corduroy trousers are a tad short for these ankle booties. Good thing I didn't rip the tag off yet. This is my first time actually trying them on. I'm going to try to see if they have a longer seam available because I do love the fit and the color otherwise. This wool blazer is labeled brown as a color, but it doesn't look brown to me. I think it totally looks gray. Maybe it's my eyes playing tricks on me. I know the inspo photo also had their blazer buttoned up completely to emphasize that boxy, relaxed look, but I'm never one to button up my blazers unless I belt it, which to me feels a little more intentional and less corporate banker. So I left it open here to also show my shape underneath. Now here's that suede bag I mentioned earlier. It adds more texture and shape to this outfit, and it doesn't feel as overwhelming with this blazer as it would have with the boxy bomber in look 1. I definitely like the inspo photo, which is why I chose it, but I feel 1,000 times better, more like me in this recreation. It goes to show that your personal taste should always play a role in your outfits. Change the shapes, colors, and textures as you see fit to make sure that the outfit feels like the best version curated just for you. Don't forget to check out G for Free. Their 30% off Black Friday sale is happening through December 4th. The links are in the description box below, as well as links to help you recreate all the looks in today's video in case you want to do a little bit of shopping. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet already. And of course, check out the free newsletter or consider joining the membership to check out the 2 free bonus outfits I recorded for this video, as well as catch up on the other bonus footage that I offer exclusive to members. I'd love to hear what your favorite outfit was, so leave me a comment below and I look forward to chatting with you. We're getting into holiday season, so happy holidays, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye.